Hello everyone, welcome back to our algebra in Edexcel International GCSE, Mathematics A. We have a lesson today about simplifying surds. We are going to focus on simplifying the irrational numbers like root 12, square root of 50, square root of 229, like this. Any square root of any number, we can simplify it. How? This is what I'll show you now. So we will simplify the surds. Okay, simplifying surds. First of all, surds are square root of numbers like root 7, square root of 50, cube root of 16, square root of 120, and so on. Okay, so all these numbers are irrational numbers. Okay, so each of them cannot be written in the form a over b such that a and b are integers. This is a problem. Okay, you cannot write root 7 as a ratio between two integers. For this reason, all these numbers are irrational number. Okay, how can I simplify? Let me give you a simple example and then give you a chance to practice with me. For example, root 12. How can I simplify root 12? The first method, just write root 12 as a product of two numbers, like 4 times 3. One of the number is a square or perfect square. And after that, split the radical sign or distribute over 3 and 4, root 4 times root 3, because we have, don't forget this rule, if you have square root of a times b, this means root a times root b. Okay? Of course, a bigger than 0 and b bigger than 0. Okay? So, root 4 times root 3 is equal to root 4 is equal to 2, and radical 3, I don't have exact value for it, just write it again. So the answer is 2 radical 3. So square root of 12 equals 2 radical 3. Another method to calculate the square root of 12, to factorize 12 to its prime factors. Divide only by prime numbers. Don't forget, prime numbers are 2, 3, 5, 7, 11, 13, 17, 19, and so on. Okay? These are prime numbers. So go to 12 and factorize it to its prime factor. 12 divided by 2 equals 6. 6 divided by 2 equals 3. 3 divided by 3 is 1. Once you got 1 here, this is the factorization. You got the factorization of 12. 2 times 2 times 3. From this couple of 2's, just take 1. Just write it here. And this single 3, just write it again under the radical sign. This is the way. So root 12 is 2 radical 3. Okay? Let me start by giving you some exercise to simplify the irrational numbers. Exercise. Simplify each irrational number. Root 28. Every one of you know that 28 is 4 times 7. For small number, only split by using multiplication table. This is root 4 times root 7 is equal to 2 root 7. That's it. Very easy. Root 44 the same way. Square root of what? The 44, each of us knows 4 times 11. Yes, everyone knows. Root 4 is 2 and root 11, just write it. For large numbers or big numbers like 180, I cannot split into two numbers, one of them is a square. So just to factorize 180 to its prime factors, you'll get the answer, as I told you before. Always divide by prime number, it's better. Divide by 2, it's 90. 90 divided by 2, it's 45. 45 divided by 5 equal 9. 9 divided by 3 equal 3. And 3 divided by 3 is equal to 1. So you have this couple of 2's, take 1 outside. This couple of 3's, take 1 outside of them. And you have left 5 here. Multiply the two numbers you got, the root of them, 6. Multiply 2 times 3. And the single number, just write it under the radical sign. Thank you. 6 radical 5. The same way, 125, when you factorize it, look, 125, when you factorize it, you get it 5 times 5 times 5. two of them, take 5 of these twos and leave this under the radical sign. 5 radical 5. How can I simplify cube root of 81? Also the same way. 81 divided by 3, 27. Divided by 3 is 9. Divided by 3 is equal to 3. Divided by 3 is equal to 1. So you are taking a cube root. Don't forget to take from each 3 numbers, you take one of them. So the answer 3 cube root of 3. This one. This single 3 leave under the radical sign. Okay, if you have numerator and denominator is a rational number, a surd, how can you solve it? Very easy. Just multiply up and down by the same number down here. Cube root 3 and root 3. The answer 6. Okay, keep this 6. Root 2 times root 3 is root 6. Root 3 times 3 is 3. You can then simplify or divide 6 by 3. 6 divided by 3 is 2 radical 6. That's it. Very easy. This one, 10 over root 5. Sometimes this question coming, rationalize denominator. It's no problem by the same way. Just multiply by what? Who will say with me now? Here I'm multiplying by the same radical. Do the same here. You have radical 5 here, so multiply by radical 5. Finish. 10 times radical 5, 10 radical 5. Root 5 times root 5 equal 5. 10 divided by 5 is 2. Radical 5. Finish. That's it. The same way 2 over 5 times root 50, 2 over 5 times. You know root 50 can split into root 25 times root 2. Yes? Because 2 times 25 is 50. Yes? Root 25 is equal to 5. 5 divided by 5 is 1. So the final answer 2 radical 2. 2 root 2. Last question, root 72. Okay, go to 72 and factorize it. Divided by 2, 36. If you have a square number like 36, you can divide it by its square root. Yeah, no need here to get a prime number, no problem. Yeah, I can say 36 divided by 6 is 6, and 6 divided by 6 is 1. I'm looking for a number repeated twice to get its square root. This is the idea. Okay? Or a prime number also you get the same answer. This 6 will appear 2 times 3, and this 6 will appear also 2 times 3, no problem. So the answer is 6 radical 2. Don't forget, from each couple of a pair of the same number, take one outside. Because really this is 36. You take also already a square root, it's a 6. You wrote it already. But you have a single 2 here. What is the square root of 2? I don't know. It's still square root of 2. It's irrational number. Thank you so much. This is all for today. Goodbye and see you next video. Goodbye.